Well, hello and welcome to the Matt Powers Show. I, of course, am your host, Matt Powers. This is my nerd culture podcast where I get to talk to you about all cool stuff, comic books, video games, movies, TV, whatever, technology, whatever we want to talk about. But today, I think we have to talk about that trailer, though. That trailer that dropped. Guys, the sequel to Venom, Venom 2, or Venom Let There Be Carnage, the trailer has finally dropped, and oh boy, are we in for a ride in this movie. So we've got, Eddie Brock is returning with the Venom symbiote now, and it looks like these guys are kind of living life together. Venom's trying to, the great opening scene in the trailer, Venom's trying to help him make some breakfast, and it's absolutely disgusting. And it's just this acrimonious friendship, of course. But then we get into the meat of what the story's about, which is Cletus Cassidy, the serial killer who's on death row, who's speaking to Eddie Brock about his life. I guess he sees them as being the same. And then we see what looks like Cletus's execution. That its time has come for death row. He's to be executed, but during the process, a piece of the Venom symbiote gets inside of him, and he becomes the villain Carnage from the Spider-Man comics. Carnage is the craziest of all the villains. Absolutely the craziest. Maximum Carnage, which is the name of the big storyline with him when he was introduced, where he goes on a murder spree. So this is bound to be a huge movie, a very dark movie, of course, too. And speaking of dark, the trailer, the light was very low on it. It was very dark. And I know the first Venom movie was the same, and I know they're trying to get that dark sort of feeling to things. But I gotta say, with what they can do with CGI, lighten it up a little bit, make it a little easier, to see people and to see these characters. They got this great, they call it a hero shot, but it's of Carnage, the villain. They've got this great hero shot of Carnage with all the limbs and stuff coming out of him as he's screaming towards the camera. You can barely see him. I saw it first on my phone, and I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at. I had to look at it on a computer screen, and it's a little better there. But the trailer looks really good. The story looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, with a lot of dark moments. But yeah, I don't know. The trailer looked really dark, and I mean that by lighting, and that's a turnoff for me. I've shut movies and shows off because they were too dark before. So we'll see. But it did not give us a date when it's coming out. It just said that it's coming soon. It said this year, and then it said only in theaters. So once again, we sort of have this dueling rivalry between companies and Disney, right? Disney wants to put their stuff out on Disney Plus when it comes out in the theaters as well. You have HBO Max, which is putting it out on their streaming service, as well as putting stuff in the theaters. And then you get Sony over here with Venom that's saying, no. Only in theaters, folks. You have to go to the theaters to see this movie. So I think that's very interesting. And I'm wondering how that's going to play into everything. I'm wondering if it's going to see a huge box office return that way, or maybe people are more interested in watching it on streaming services at home. That's a conversation for another time. That should be another episode. We'll look into that soon. We'll talk about that very soon. But here's the big question, guys. It's up to you to tell me. I want to know in the comments, what did you think of the trailer? I mean, are you excited for this? Did you like the first movie? Did you hate it? Was it everything you hoped it would be? Are you wishing that this was somehow tied in with Spider-Man? Are you excited to see Carnage? Are you excited to see Cletus Cassidy in this storyline? And again, without Spider-Man. So leave your comment below or send me an email, davidcampproductions@gmail.com. And as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Come on, we're all listening to YouTubers all the time now. We know how this goes. Help a guy out, help a cartoon character out, and like the video for me. Share it, show your friends, tell them about the Matt Powers Show. Have them come over and give me their opinions too. And as always, until next time, nerd out.
Vortex!